Ooh, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Dan in the building. We here, man. It finally has come, man. The final game of the NFL regular season for the Dallas Cowboys, man. They fall 23-19 to the Commanders, man. And the end of the game, fade route, man. We're here to talk about it, man. Here's my co-host.
Hey, what's going on, fam? This is your boy John. Go ahead and sit back, relax, get yourself something to drink, and let that be known. Sports. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. We finally made it, man. This is the last game, man, of a putrid season, to say the least, man. This was they actually won more games than we thought they was gonna win. But I think we have finally secured. We are going to be picking 12th in the NFL draft. Could have had a top 5 pick, but want to play for pride, and pride got us nowhere. But we're here to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about this game a little bit. Interesting QB change. Trey Lance got the start today, and I mean, it was what it was. Still the same thing. We drive all the way down the field, and we can't cash in on touchdowns, man. Between that and the penalties is what cost us the game, man. Not being able to score touchdowns in the red zone, and all these false start penalties. Between Tyler Guyton and Jake Ferguson, like I just don't know. Jake Ferguson had like 3 or 4 false start penalties, and I'm like, dude, and the coach is yelling at him like, dude, like watch the ball, like the snap count, it. The defense is the one that's guessing. Everybody on offense knows the snap count. When the quarterback is getting ready to break the huddle, he says a number, whatever the play is. If it's split right, 34 blast, he'll say on 4. It's on 4. So when you line up, you know the number. So when he say hut, it's time to go. It's on 4. He say hut, Jay Ferguson is up out of there.
Trying to make sure we got that 12th pick, man.
He made sure he did his part. Now I thought he got screwed out of a touchdown. I thought he got screwed out of that.
Touche.
Even the analyst who was describing it couldn't even describe it good. Well, I think it's the right call because as you see his foot go down, then the other foot go down, and so I just think it's not a catch. Like, bro, both feet got down, and he maintained the ball. He maintained possession throughout the catch, all the way to the ground. But I digress from that, man. Defense came out playing lights out. Like, Commanders could not move the ball. They had Jaden Daniels bottled up. They had the run game bottled up. Michael Parsons was dominating. The whole D line was dominating, actually. I thought Marinelli did a bad job in the second half by not leaving the spy. I mean, how many times you gonna get burned with the QB run? And then I think what ultimately cost us the game too was Lil Black and Mal with the face mask. They would have been like 3rd and 30 with that sack because they was already 2nd and 20. So you got another sack. Perfect play call by Zimmer. Perfect play call. Perfect play call. The quarterback wasn't even anticipating the blitz coming from the safety. Perfect play call. Backside blitz. He got a free rusher in there. All he has to do is just grab the guy. I don't know what he's doing. Like, you have the guy dead to rights. Just grab the guy. But that's him. And man, we just play well. Shout out to Malik Hooker for knocking people out. Appreciate that. He was laying wood out there. But overall, man, it was a typical game. Is what I expected. I thought we was going to win. I thought it was going to come down to defense, because I knew offense wasn't going to be able to produce a ton of points, or more or less get out of their own way. So, and also, this happened earlier through the week. Ezekiel Elliott asked for a request to be released by the Cowboys, and they granted him his release. He's hoping to get picked up by a playoff team, which potentially could happen. Get picked up by a playoff team. So that's that, man. But that's what this game in a nutshell. Shout out to Washington, man. Y'all don't look good. Y'all don't look good, man. Y'all won the game, man, but you didn't look good. Jaden Daniels didn't look good. The play calling wasn't good. But what was your thoughts on the game, man?
It's about what I expected. We started out playing a little hard, a little tough. Give them a little run for their money, but then it comes all the way back down to earth. So 23-19, they did start Trey Lance. And I kind of had a feeling that they would for a number of reasons.
They want to get that money up.
They want to get the money up to my boy Cooper Rush. He had $500,000 on the line if he played 55.
He shouldn't have played bad last game. He would have played.
Nah, man, they still gonna do him like that. You got Penny pitching Stephen Jones over there.
Well, I'm saying it would have been more of an uproar had he not played. Like, had he balled out last week and then he came in this week.
Think about it, man. When has an uproar affected them Joneses?
No, I'm not saying it's gonna. I'm not gonna affect. I'm just saying it would have been more of an uproar. Now nobody cares. They're like, oh well.
But yeah, so he had to play at least 55% of the season snaps, and he was on his way to do so. Even if they would have played him the first half of this game, he would have met that goal. But they cheated him out of it, and then Jerry Jones asked about it. He said he had no idea. So the general manager,
hey man, Jerry boy, he been lying. Jerry been lying.
Who said nothing goes past him? Nothing goes past him without him knowing. Say he had no idea. But like I said, that wasn't a surprise to me. And then, like Dan touched on, boy Zeke was asked for his release, and it was granted to try to catch on with a playoff team. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think this kind of the end for him. In a sense. Well, most likely it is at this point in his career. But shout out to him, man. He didn't cause an uproar or anything while he was here too much. I know. No, I'm saying too much. It wasn't like he didn't come out in the media and
no.
Come out like that. So, he kept his beef behind doors on the way they was kind of, using them and things like that. But I mean, it was typical, man. How the season been going is how today went. And then your boy Malik Hooker on that play with the keeper from Mariota. And he's sitting there like this, holding up fourth down, and Mariota is running right past him.
But the gameplay was Leah foul.
It was Lil Foul, but
Lil Foul had him dead
he had him
to
dead to rights.
rights.
But it didn't make it no better. You're the
I mean,
safety.
that's what you expect out of a team, man, that won 7 games, man.
He
Like,
sit up here doing this. And the dude is running past him, right?
but my main thing was on DeRon Bland, man. Like, this is why you miss like
Man.
Trayvon. This is why you miss Trayvon Diggs, right? People want to know. You want to try to debate who was the best corner we had. Was it Bland? Was it Diggs? It's Diggs, and it's not close.
Bland was getting cooked out there. What's the name? Was just dropping balls.
Terry McLaurin, when Diggs on the field, he is locked up.
You forget he's on the field.
He's in jail.
You forget he's on the field.
And the Washington fans are crying. Oh, throw Terry the ball. He's locked up.
He in jail. You're going to jail.
I think Terry McLaurin had one good season against Diggs, and that was Diggs' rookie year. After that, it's been jail. He's been locked up. But DeRon Bland got I can't even blame it on the other corner over there because he held strong.
He held strong. You ain't hear nothing about him.
It was DeRon Bland.
DeRon Bland was getting cooked.
You know, and having that but man, it was a collective loss, man. They lost collectively, man. It was a bunch of plays in there that really cost them this game. Like I said, it was the penalties. It was Mike McCarthy calling them reverse. They got Cooks. They knocked the heck out of Cooks. The heck out of him, boy. They talking about bad play call. Bad play call.
Well, at least everybody got some time today. He put my boy Deuce Vaughn in. Let him spin a little bit.
Yeah, Deuce Vaughn was getting off. He was getting off. Him and Rico, they was holding down the run game. The run game was solid today. Trey Lance, I tried to tell you guys his inaccuracies, man. You had an out route with Cooks. You got to drop it in the bucket, man. Like, you putting it 16 feet in the air.
That's all right.
And he still got to get his feet on the ground. Like, you have to zip that ball on line, or you have a wide open touchdown to Rico Dowdle, and you throw it into the turf.
Yep.
You could have actually just floated it to him. He was that wide open.
Yeah. You did all that work scrambling and getting away. And people just throw it in trash.
Oh man, he good. Like, no, bro, that's a simple play that a quarterback should be able to make, whether you a backup or not. If you have a guy that's open 15 yards away, a quarterback in the NFL should be able to make that throw. You should be able to make the throw, man.
Facts.
You had Rico Dowdle wide open. I mean, wide open. Like, and this is the stuff like that's going to probably keep Mike McCarthy's job, right? Because it's plays like that that's not on coaching. Like, that's players. Like, it's touchdowns out there that's being left on the field that's not on coaching. And that's probably going to keep him his job. That and the injuries.
Hey, who says McCarthy want to keep this job?
Well, in the press conference, he said he felt like he got unfinished business here. That's what he said. That's what he said.
That's the PC, man. Come on, man.
That's what the guy say.
Come on, man.
They say he could be going to Chicago. I don't know.
You've been watching ball way too long. You know you gotta say the PC answer until everything is going through. You know that. Come on now.
I mean, I know. People want to blame. They looking for blame. They looking to put blame here, there, everywhere. They looking to put blame everywhere, man. But like, we didn't lose this game because of coaching, bro. Like, we lost this game because of the players. Like, they sucked. Like, him false starting isn't coaching, bro. That's just focus.
Facts.
Like, that's not Mike McCarthy's fault. Trey Lance missing a pass to Rico Dowdle for a touchdown. That's not Mike McCarthy's fault. That's the perfect play call. It's execution. It's there. Trey Lance missing Brandon Cooks on a deep out route. Execution. Like all these plays are execution plays, man.
All your passes can be
He
above
throwing
the
the
shoulder.
ball 16 feet in the air. Like all of these plays, man, is execution plays. You know, you throw a fade route to Cooks, throw it back shoulder. He throws it in the midst where the cornerback can make a play.
Yep.
Throw it back shoulder. How Marcus Mariota threw the ball to Terry McLaurin is the same way you should have threw the ball.
Yeah. Nah, man. And your boy showed his rear end today.
Who was
Tyler
that?
Guyton.
Man, you know Tyler Guyton is trash, boy. That's trash. And today it wasn't even the blocking. Like it wasn't that he was getting cooked. He was getting cooked in the pass rush or nothing like that. This boy here in these penalties.
This is before the ball is snapped.
Like the ball we ain't did nothing. And he turned around talking about, oh, my bad. Yeah, it's your bad. Big dummy. What are you doing? Like
you can always tell when he in the game.
Are you doing? When he plays, we are going to have a buttload of penalties.
He's just not good, man. He is just not good.
And the offensive line did good today, especially against a team that's known for rushing the passer.
Yep.
That's their bread and butter. I know because we had Dan Quinn. That's what he likes to do. He likes to get after the passer. But if you can uphold the pass rush, you're going to have some plays going to be made out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they uphold pass rush, and there was passes out there that could be made. You know, it was plays out there to be made. I think that Cooper Rush probably going to be gone this coming up year. I think they might keep Trey Lance as a backup quarterback to Dak Prescott. I think that's the route that they're going to go. That Jerry's going to go. I know Jerry loves Cooper Rush, but I think he can become more accurate. I think Trey Lance can become more accurate. Cooper Rush is just who he is. He is who he is.
At this point, yeah.
At this point, Cooper Rush is just he is who he is. But Trey Lance does have something special, and that's his athletic ability. Yeah. His ability to be able to escape pressure, his ability to be able to run option routes, to be able to just flat out.
Yeah, he's only 24.
You know, he's 24 years old. So, you know, potentially grooming him and, you know, him working on his accuracy, like that's like really his downfall. It's just he's not accurate. Like even on simple throws, like like you have a tight end, it's a play action tight end rollout. You throw the ball behind too high for Jake Ferguson. Of course, he's trying to hurry up and get it down because he know the hit coming.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to get the ball down. He misses it. Like that pass there, you have to put it on his body. Like you're gonna get your players killed.
Facts.
Like you have to when they're running routes like that, you have to put the ball on their body. It's almost like a receiver going across the middle. You have to put the ball on his body.
Now, I can see them keeping him, and I think maybe him, you know, studying under Dak, maybe working out with Dak in the offseason. Because you remember Dak was having some issues when he first came in with accuracy and things of that nature. But with him coming in, just kept working at it, man. And now, you know, Dak is one of the most accurate passers in the game. So it does, you know, that is something that can be worked on and he can improve on.
You can get better. You can get better.
At that. So but he does have some of those natural intangibles. He does have a strong arm, and he has that scrambling ability, the athletic ability, which is what you can't teach. You either have that or you don't. And so with him having that, he can build on the other stuff. He can get better reading defenses and things of that nature. By working out and playing, watching film, things of that nature. So,
And
yeah,
I thought, man, I thought Mike McCarthy did a brilliant job of protecting him.
he did.
Like he didn't run anything that would put him in a bad situation. Like
Facts.
they didn't even run hurry up. They didn't run 2-minute drill.
Kept it simple.
They kept it simple. Like they didn't put him in a situation to where he's got to do a lot of olive, like he's got to get out of plays. He's got to relate. Like he ran straight to the book, and Mike McCarthy kept him in safe situations. Call plays for him that he would be comfortable with. And so that's why I say, like, shout out to Mike McCarthy. Like, that's a good coaching job. Like, you have a young quarterback who's green behind the ears. You don't put him in a situation and you don't set him up for failure by saying, okay, we're going to run the offense the same way we always run the offense. Go out there and run it. And then wonder why he fails. It's like, no, you can't treat him like that. And so I thought they did a good job on that. I wouldn't mind having Mike McCarthy back. I just don't want him calling plays. Like, it's a slippery slope because, man, he calls some good plays sometimes. And then, like, a few plays later, you be like, Mike, what the heck? Like, what the heck are you doing? Everyone knows, man, at the 50-yard line and on your way to the red zone, you do not run reverses. You just don't do it.
We keep running the same one at that.
Like, why are you doing this stuff, man? And then we got an owner. He don't know what the heck he's doing.
He swear he do, though.
And he stay in the media. He's out here lying. He lies every week. He come out here to the media. He lies every week. And I'm saying, man, no one calls him out on the lies. There's very few shows that call him out, but the big networks do not call him out on his lies. Like,
they eating off of that, man.
Like we lost our left tackle. You go get a rookie to fill in for the left tackle. But you talking about you all in. A left tackle position is something that you just cannot play with. Can't play with the position.
You get a bona fide.
That's the quarterback's blind side. You cannot play with the left tackle position. He has to be on there. The left tackle has to be the single-handedly best lineman you got on your line. He has to be the best.
Facts.
And Tyron Smith, in his prime, he was the best lineman we had. He has to be, because you're on the island. You get very little help over there. And so, man, the Cowboys are in the pickle, man. We have a bunch of free agents. So I don't know who's going to be back. I don't know who's going to be gone. We do have a 12th pick. Do you use it to go get a receiver? Do you I know some people want the running back.
No.
I personally wouldn't spend it on a running back. I probably would get a running back in free agency. But I personally probably wouldn't spend my number one pick on a running back. I probably would either get a left tackle or a receiver.
Or I give me a D tackle. I'll be cool with that.
So like CeeDee Lamb needs a pairing alongside him, and we'll see what they do. Now I would give them credit. They generally do decent at picking in draft. So I will give the Joneses credit on that. They pick pretty good. And Dallas has not been mediocre because of lack of talent. That's not the reason why we've been mediocre. Like, we've been mediocre, man, because of bad coaching and bad culture. like our culture, I think it's different this year. I would say that. I would say that. I think that's fair to say. I think the culture is immensely different this year because the way that I seen them fight, especially when our playoff chances were done, like we had no shot to make it to the playoffs, and to see these guys play that hard, I got to give them credit for that, even though I wanted to lose, and I got to give Mike McCarthy credit for keeping the locker room.
He did that.
Keeping the locker room, keeping the guys interested in playing. Evidently, the guys feel some type of way about Mike McCarthy. Evidently, they like him because they still believe in what he's saying in the locker room. They hadn't tuned him out. Normally, you tune the coach out. When you this bad, you ain't listening to coach. Like, man, whatever, man. Like,
yeah, man, watch out.
And we trash. Like Dak say, man, we trash. Like, man, it don't matter what you talking about, man. We trash. Like, but to keep the locker room, man, the way he did this season, man, I give him credit, man. Now going into this playoff situation, man, the playoffs, I believe, is set. Kansas City did Cincinnati wrong. They didn't even try.
Boy, you talking about the epitome of tanking the game?
Kansas City tanked the game so hard. Well, it started off like this. This is where it went crazy. It started off like this because they said Kansas City was stuck at the airport. I don't know how we're gonna get there. We calling Uber.
We'll send somebody there. Somebody be there.
So they said Kansas City was stuck. Kansas City was stuck at the airport because of weather condition. When I heard that, I said, "Uh-oh." I said, Kansas City, they let you know we not playing this game. We not playing this game.
Nope.
And sure enough, they went out there and Kansas City did not play this game. They put up 0 points.
And they took their literal. Not a field goal.
They didn't even get a field goal, boy. Kansas City did Cincinnati so wrong. They said, nope, we ain't getting this playoffs. No. Boy, Kansas City didn't even attempt a field goal. They put up 0 points. I said, boy, this is crazy.
That's why I call it a franchise. That's a winner franchise there.
You talk about winning. You talk about winning. That's how you win.
That's how you win.
Nope. This team is somewhat been our kryptonite. They have beat us before, and so nope, we not putting them in the playoffs. Not gonna have it. Not gonna do it. Not on duty. Not on duty. And Cincinnati, they pissed off right now, but you can't blame nobody but yourself. Because whenever you put your fate in other teams' hands, this is what happens. Like when you're depending on other teams to win or lose, like you got to deal with whatever comes with it. And sometimes you get screwed out of it when the team say, hey, we just not going to play, man. We just not going to let y'all in.
I shouldn't have been in this position.
You should have never been in that position. That's why you got to take care of business. And so I know the fans are pissed off. I know the fans are saying, oh, this and that. But any winning franchise would have did the same thing. You would do the same thing. You would have set a lot of your starters. You wouldn't have played. And, that's what you're talking about, like winning at all costs. Like we're trying to win at all costs. Like if that means we gotta basically lose a game on purpose, we willing to do that. So we can make sure that we win at all costs.
Facts.
Because honestly speaking, in the AFC, in the playoff picture, I don't see no one but Buffalo giving them a challenge. Now, Baltimore has been good, but they're too inconsistent. And I don't see Baltimore really challenging them in the playoffs. Now, I see Buffalo giving them a run for their money in the AFC. But other than that, I don't really see nobody really giving them issues like that. Now in the NFC, it's a lot different. In the NFC, you got Detroit, you got Philly, and to me, that's pretty much it.
Detroit and Philly.
To me, that's pretty much it. Now,
Yeah.
I do think I
Now
will
you gotta
say
watch
this.
out for Minnesota, bro.
I will say this. I do think that Philly can be had by any of those lower tier teams.
That is a fact.
Now, Detroit, I think they are probably the most complete team in the NFC.
Who?
Detroit.
Okay.
They probably the most complete team in the NFC. Now, Philly, they're more likely to drop a game to the Packers. Shoot, man, even the Commanders, they might drop a game to the Commanders. They likely to come out not on their P's and Q's. But if it was my decision, I have Kansas City and Detroit in the Super Bowl. And in the chat, I want you to pick your Super Bowl picks. Who you have going to the Super Bowl? Leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Who you got? Who you got, John?
Super Bowl this year. I got Detroit and Kansas City.
That's who I had. Detroit, Kansas City. It just makes the most logical sense. Now, not saying that it can't be no upsets nowhere, because it definitely can be upsets. But just logically thinking, you go with probably the two best teams that's been consistent all year. And that's been Kansas City, that's been Detroit. They've been the most consistent teams all year. Every other team has been up and down. Like Baltimore, been up and down. Philly, they got a good record, but they've been up and down, man. Like the quarterback issue, like Jalen Hurts injury, AJ Brown pissed off, he ain't getting the ball. Like it's all kind of stuff that's been going on there. And if Philly can't run the ball, man, they're dead in the water.
They are. Especially if you get up against Detroit, then the way they play, they smart. Detroit Cowboys gonna be like, no.
They're gonna come in, they're gonna completely take away the run. And Philly has struggled when they have not been able to run the ball. They struggled all season long, and so that's paramount to their success is if they're going to be able to run the ball. Now, as far as Detroit is concerned, Detroit do a little bit of everything. They run the ball, they be passing it, they throw it to linemen.
Everybody have some fun out there.
Like we seen some of the craziness this season, man. And also shout out to Mike Evans, man, for tying Jerry Rice's record, man, for the most I think 1,000-yard seasons. So shout out to Mike Evans for doing that, man.
That's tough to do, man.
I mean, yeah, of course, because they're the only two that's done it.
That's tough to do.
Shout out. He's an underrated receiver. When you talk about
actually, 11th straight year, not the 10th straight year, 11th
straight year. So when you talk about top receivers in the league, Mike Evans normally don't come up in the conversation. But he's been so consistent for so long, man. Even with the whole quarterback issue, like they've had so many different quarterbacks in Tampa Bay, man. It ain't even funny. And he's been finding a way to still produce no matter who the quarterback is being. And so shout out to him being consistent, man. A sure ballot first ballot Hall of Famer in my books. Especially with that, I think that championship ring solidified it when he got that ring with Brady. So when you put the stats with the hardware, I think he gets in. So shout out to him. Just some news going on around the league. Question for the chat. Who's the MVP this season?
Ooh. Come on, chat.
This one is a little bit harder. This one's a little bit spicy. Who's the true MVP? Who you got, John, as the MVP?
Boy, that's tough, man. I gotta go with Josh Allen, bro. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
As great of a year as Lamar Jackson is having, he has had more help than Josh Allen has. Josh Allen really doesn't have a number one receiver until they traded for Amari Cooper. So he was still balling before Amari Cooper got there. And then when he got there, it was still continued to ball. Compared to where you got Lamar Jackson, yeah, he's doing this thing, but then you got Derrick Henry back there. He's still running for 2,000 yards on top of that. And then you got Zay Flowers out there on the outside as well, and with that defense that they have.
And Mark Andrews.
So not taking nothing away from Lamar Jackson, but he has more help.
Well, I think that Lamar Jackson got it last year, and I think he didn't deserve it last year.
Right.
Just to be flat out, just honest. Like, I don't think he deserved the MVP last year. Like, just on a numbers base, like, he had nowhere near the best numbers as a quarterback. And I think he got it because of the media.
Yeah.
The media is very fond of Lamar Jackson.
They pushing for him again this year too.
I got Josh Allen over him. I possibly would have been pushing for Burrow had he got his team into the playoffs. Because he was putting up some monster numbers, man. But you know, I can't give it to you if you don't make the playoffs.
Facts.
But I would like to see something different, man. Let's give it to a running back. I want to see Saquon get it. I'm not an Eagle fan, you know, I'm a Cowboy fan.
I think where the NFL did a disservice, they could have done that if they would have pushed the Eagles to play Saquon, so he could have broke that record, Eric Dickerson record, the all-time season rushing record.
I mean, yeah, he should have tried to break it, but I'm just saying, Saquon has been Philly, like he's been they all in all.
But I think that would have put him over the top. Like you couldn't doubt that after that.
I mean, you can make that case for anybody. Like you can make the case for anybody or why they shouldn't be. I'm just saying, whenever you get that close to a record,
I would have been pissed. I would have been like, I'm this close to getting this.
Well, he opted to sit out. That was his decision. They asked him, "Did you?"
You know how long this record been standing? This record been standing almost 40 years.
They asked him, "Did he want to break it?" And he say, "Oh, no, it ain't no big priority to me." And I say, "To heck with that," because you're gonna be looking for a new contract pretty soon. And you need all the accolades because you know how they pay running backs. You need all the accolades under your belt that you can get. And if you can get an accolade like that.
And this would have been 40 years. This year is 40 years. This season here would have been 40 years. You could have broke it. But
I mean, it is what it is. I say give it to Saquon. That's what I say. Saquon. My second is Josh Allen. After that, man, it's pretty much in the air, you know. It's pretty much, who you personally like. But those are my two top favorites for the MVP is Saquon and Josh Allen in that order. If any one of those guys get it, I wouldn't be mad. Based on the season they had. It does make New York look stupid.
Big facts.
Because as of right now, Saquon probably is the best back in the NFL.
That's facts.
And you essentially gave up the best back for a quarterback you end up cutting. And to sign Saquon, you would have paid him less than you paid Daniel Jones.
And then a year later, you end up cutting him anyway.
That's what I'm saying. You sign Daniel Jones, you end up cutting Daniel Jones, and you could have signed Saquon, which would have been cheaper than signing Daniel Jones.
And then the way they did it, the way they dogged him. You on what's that show? Hard Knocks. The way they did it, the way you dogged him on Hard Knocks, and then now that he's having the season that he's having, and you're at the bottom of the league.
Well, not only just the bottom, but right now they don't know where they go. Where do you go from here if you're the New York Giants? Where do you go? Where do you go from here? Because now you're going to draft a quarterback, more than likely. That's going to be a process.
Yeah, shout out Shador.
It's going to be Shador. It's going to be Cam. Like you don't have no upside of what's going to happen.
That's facts.
Your defense is abysmal. Like you don't have nothing that you can look at and be like, well, we got these guys.
Someone you can build off of. Yeah.
Like you don't have nothing to build off of. And so now you're finna put a rookie quarterback in this fire dumpster and expect for him to come in and save your franchise.
You finna get killed. Man, I'll put Eli Manning. If I was Shador or Cam Ward, I'll pull Eli Manning. Don't draft me because I'm not coming. Y'all ain't finna kill me before y'all get somebody around me.
Man,
if they did it, I wouldn't even be mad. Oh, let me get your thoughts on this, man. So Cam Ward, during the bowl game, he played the first half to get the I forgot what the record was. To get the record that he was trying to get, the season record that he was trying to get, and then the second half, he withdrew himself, to make sure he prevent himself from injury while he got ready for the draft. Did you have any issues with that?
Nope. It's your future, young man. You protect it at all costs. Because if you went out there and you got hurt, they would have been saying he should have never played. There go his future. Unless the team was willing to give me insurance like Coach Prime did with the Colorado players.
Mm-hmm.
He took out insurance policies for them, millions of dollars for them. If they got hurt, they had something to fall back on. I think it was almost a $5 to $10 million insurance policy
each.
So now you got $5 to $10 million you can fall back on if you get hurt. Miami didn't do that for Cam Ward, knowing that he's a lottery pick. And if you're a lottery pick, like you finna come into some big money, and to have that come and have that to be shattered on a second half of a game, your future could be shattered before you sign any contract.
And they gonna move on the same.
And they're gonna move on, and you're not gonna be drafted. And so I thought he did the right thing. I thought he did the correct thing. He looked out for his future. He did what was best for him. The team wanted him to do what was best for them, which was play. And you can argue and say the team wasn't looking out for his best interest. I thought Colorado was looking out for the for the players' best interest as well as the team. It's like, well, we want you to help us, so we're gonna help you.
Facts.
We want you to play, so we're gonna take out an insurance policy just in case something happened to you. You go out there, you blow your knee out, whatever happens.
Facts.
You got enough money to start a life, to invest, to start a business, a company. All is not lost. With Cam Ward, he was playing with his future. And so shout out to him for the ones that didn't like it. I'm sorry to say, man, you're wrong. If you didn't like it, you're wrong for telling a young man to gamble his future away. He don't come from money. And so for him to go out there and gamble his future because you want to see him play, you're wrong, man. I also think that Jalen Milroe coming into the NFL draft is wrong.
Who?
Jalen Milroe from Alabama, the quarterback.
Mm.
Like, bro, you need to change positions, dog. Huh? So that's this. So you're wrong for that. Yours, do you think he stays in college and goes to a different team?
Jalen, if he stays in college, you think he'll go to? You think he'll go to another team?
Yeah. Hold on, Chad.
Yeah.
Hold it down for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he goes to another team. Well, he should. Something that fits more of his play style. For sure. But yeah, the way they do these kids, man, these players, these athletes, it's abysmal. But it's good to see that they're starting to take the powers back in their own hand, taking their future back in their own hands, especially with the NILs and the ones that know that for sure going into the draft. You protect yourself, man, because they're not going to protect you. You're just another number. You're a number. You've already made all these millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars for them, and but you have to protect. You have to protect yourself now, because they're not going to do it. But I'm glad that they're taking it into their own hands. I continue to see more of it, so they can be mad all they want, but I like it. It's going to get a lot of the old heads in shape on how they treat these student athletes, man. They put their body on the line every week.
It's easy to tell someone to give up something when you don't have nothing to lose.
Facts. They made all this money for you, millions and millions of dollars, and then
do it for your team. And if something happens to that young man, you have nothing to lose. You're gonna move on to the next player. You're gonna recruit the next player.
facts.
Like you don't have nothing to lose. So it's easy to tell someone to do something when you don't have no stake in it. Now, if you got stake in it, you're gonna be very careful of what you say and what you do. And that's everybody on your job. Like, you careful of what you say and do, because you got stake. Somebody might come and tell you, man, quit your job, and you like
whoa,
hold on, man. Like, because they don't have no stake in it. So it's easy to tell someone to do something when you don't have any. You don't stand to lose anything. And so the young fellow was calculating. He was smart. He had a lot to lose, man. He had his whole future to lose, and he chose, man. Hey, I wish you guys the best, man, but I want to play in the NFL, and that's my goal. And it's right here. And he had a good season, man. Shout out to him. But
so I got something that's contrary, not contrary. Well, I would say contrary to those players we were speaking about, for Shador and Travis and Cam Ward. Now, that's a player from the University of Washington. And his post, I thought it was hilarious, but it's real at the same time. And I'm glad that he was real about himself. Let me see where this try to share this with you. But the way he did it was, I thought it was brilliant. But let me see here. Let me share my screen real quick. Okay, can you?
Okay, he plays for Washington. It says, when I first committed here in 2019, I talked about taking the road less traveled. Boy, did I have any idea what that would truly mean. Playing through 4 head coaches, 3 athletic directors, 4 coordinators, and a global pandemic, my experience at UW has been nothing short of special. To all of my coaches, from Coach Pete to Coach Finch, from BG to Bala to Paul to Creighton to Fringe to Sosha to Mac to everyone in between, thank you for putting your time, wisdom, and effort into me and this program. Thank you for all of the lessons learned. To all of the support staff, from academic advisors to athletic training, video, EQ, creative, and everybody I can't possibly individually name, thank you for all of your sacrifice and hard work that too often goes unrecognized. I hope you know how greatly you are appreciated. Lastly, to my teammates, I know none of you guys read all of this. I love you and appreciate you all, my brothers for life. With that being said, I am officially declaring for the job market. In other words, I need a job. If you or anybody know has an employment opportunity, I am your guy. I'm gritty. I'm hard work. I'm sneaky athletic. Locker room guy. Will bring my lunch pail to work. My LinkedIn is updated and I am open to work. That is real. It's real.
Oh man, shout out to him, man. That's
That's
Drew Fowler.
That is real. Buddy said, hey,
I know what it is.
Now that we got all that out the way, I need a job, cuz I got 0 draft stock. I hadn't been invited to the combine. So
and then think about it. If he was playing through the pandemic and all that, like he been there at least 5 years?
That man dang near 30. That man dang near 30, boy.
Hey man, look, I already know I ain't finna put myself through the heartbreak. I see the writing on the wall.
It really ain't a heartbreak, because if you don't get invited to the combine, you essentially got to hope to get invited to a practice, to the training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Come out there and compete for the training camp, and we know when you do that, you just another body.
Yeah.
Like you have to really, 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 really stand out.
A lot of things gotta break.
You know, for your way
for you.
You know, and so as a senior, you're hoping to get invited to the combine, to where you can really show off your intangibles,
mm-hmm.
and your ability and your knowledge of the game. And so, you know, if you don't get that, man, it's going to be kind of tough for you to really, really make it into the NFL if you don't get a combine invite.
Facts.
So he didn't, and he realized, like, hey, cuz, like, hey, man, I'm just gonna join the workforce, bro. I got a degree. Come get me.
See, the LinkedIn is updated.
Shout out to him, man. Hopefully he finds something, you know, that he's interested in, that he could work in, and, you know, still fulfill a dream of his. I don't know if he want to stay, you know, connected to football, or things of that nature. I guess one thing he can always look at is maybe come back working for the university. So
yeah, that option.
So hopefully, you know, that's an option for him. I don't know how Washington operates, so
yeah, we'll he definitely want that guy. I just looked at his stats and this. Yeah, he was real with himself.
Hey man, it is what it is. Like,
he was real, and I respect him for it.
One thing you gotta know, and one thing that Coach Prime said, man, this game don't love nobody.
Facts.
Like, most of the stuff that we do in life, man, the stuff that we love, man, it don't love you back. If you're into sports, man, and you love sports and you love to play sports, man, sports don't love you back. If you're into music, you do music, whatever you're doing, it don't love you back. You in love with it. It don't love you. You in a relationship with this thing by yourself, and you trying to make this relationship work. That's the toughest thing to do. Is to be in a relationship and you're the only one that's working this relationship.
Facts.
You're trying to turn water into wine. So if you're playing football, man, basketball, whatever you're playing, like just understand, like the sport ain't finna help you.
Mm-mm.
Like it is what it is. It is what you're able to make it, and if you're able to take a advantage of your opportunities, man. God bless you, man. But that's everything in life, man. Your job, man. Your job don't love you.
That's facts.
It don't love you, man. The things that we do in life, man, they don't love you, man. Only thing you can count on, man, is the people that love you around you. Other than that, man, everything else is just a thing. Just a thing, man. So don't get wrapped up into it. If the thing that you're into, if it fails, move on, man, and find another love and try to make that work. And I appreciate this young brother. He's trying to find another love. The love that I had, this relationship went sour. It didn't work.
It got to the end of the road.
It got to the end of the road. Let me find another love. Like football is over for me.
Yep.
Football, it didn't show me enough love back. It didn't show me no love back. So let me move.
Guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. Trust.
So, you just move on, man. Like, just have that, keep that in the back of your mind, man. Any future athletes that's watched this show, man, keep that in the back of your mind, man. Don't get too down on yourself when things don't work out in something that you love, man. Whether it's sports, whether it's a job, things of that nature, man. Move forward, man. Keep moving forward. Things become stale, man, and things die when you stop moving, man.
Facts.
Move forward, dog. Move forward. Find another way, man. Find something else. Fall in love with something else. That's what.
Be open to it.
Be open to it. That's the topic of this show, man. That's the summary of this show, man. Be open, man, to change. Because our plans don't necessarily go the way that we envision them of going a lot of the times. And that's because the thing that we're doing. That's because the thing we're doing, man. They don't love you, man. It don't care if you make it or not.
It don't.
It don't care. Doesn't care. Football don't care if you make it to the NFL. Don't care. They got athletes coming up every day. Every day, new athletes. Every day, man. New athletes. They coming up, man. So NBA, NFL, all these things, man, they don't care if you make it. They don't care what you've been through in your life. They don't care what you're going through. Life in general don't care. When things happen in your life, man, life keeps going. Man, pick up the pieces, man. Keep going, man. Find a way. Find a way, man. Get you something going, man. Build you something, man. Get you a platform. Build your platform, man. Build it. Do something, man. But keep going. Don't quit. That's my message for you today, man. As the NFL season comes to an end, NFL regular season comes to an end, and we're getting ready to go into the playoffs. Much love to the teams that made it. My team didn't make it. Kind of knew we weren't gonna make it week 5, so yeah. So shout out to everybody, man, that joined us on this show, man. Shout out to all the viewers and listeners, man. Remember to like, share, subscribe, man. Continue to rock with us, man, as we get better and better and better. Man, we're not going nowhere. We're going to continue to do great things, man. Much love.